Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Yo, Culture in the house. Tasha T. Sizzle in the house. Michigan Michael Hasso is in the house and back for a second tour of duty. Welcome back, Mr. Torrance T. Double Thompson of the Our Take podcast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, esteemed panel. How you feeling, T Dub? Because you ain't never got jumped by three of us before. You know, it was a fair fight last time.
I ain't never scared. Is that what the song used to say? We talked about Georgia. I ain't never scared. Plus, I deal with Farrah all day, so you understand what I already go through. So preparation.
Fair. That's fair, but we got our pit bull, and if we got to let him off the leash,
like Martin,
we can bark all day.
Really, that's how we gonna introduce you to him with that little chihuahua. Man. He's like, real. All right. Well, we are glad to have everyone on board. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now 24 hours away from Super Bowl 60, where the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots will square off in the dusty, dingy denim suit that is Levi Stadium.
Excuse you.
Damn,
you just hating on the stat.
I'm rage watching this weekend.
I need you to get that hate up out you, bro.
I'm trying, but
get it up out you, bro.
The bone marrow stealing stadium.
Right. The chemo caravan carnival food.
First of all,
the radiation building.
Down here
the radiation nation.
I know somebody who had a jail at the bottom of their old statement and basically turf on concrete ain't talking. Y'all got that new money. Everybody want to be brand new.
That is a good point, Tasha, because not only are they some convicts there in the vet, they also killed off Michael Irvin because I don't think he was doing cocaine until he was laid out. And then they was cheering my boy with a neck injury. That's why ain't nothing never good gonna happen to that dusty, filthy, feathered ass franchise. Everything you do. Now, Torrance is like, damn, man. Torrance, it ain't just like you going in somebody's house and the couple start arguing in front of you. You like, man, let me get my keys.
No, I just didn't want y'all to talk about my people because we share with a college team, so I can't even talk about stadiums and practice facilities and
all that's right. Good morning, Tamika Nicole, Cowboys in the house, and good morning, the other half of Our Take, Farrah Dirt in the house. Farrah Foster, good morning.
Could we share our stadium with a college?
So I can't really say that.
Right. Okay. All right. For you bettors out there, which I believe they said it's going to be a record number of bets coming in on this game, up like 1.2 billion. I know Mike can fact check me on that. Seahawks open as a 5.5 point favorite. The line is down to 4.5 as of this morning on ESPN Bet, which means that there's some people are laying some money on Vrabel and the game. Let's start here because Super Bowl Sunday in America is basically a holiday of sorts for sports fans. And there's no greater feeling as a sports fan. And the people that's in the comments now can attest to this. Everyone on this panel has experienced the euphoria of your favorite team winning the championship. It's just no feeling like it. From the regular season to the playoffs, the single elimination tension of just getting to the game, the 2-week build up, and then your team actually gets it done. Mike's team got it done last year when they basically killed off the Chiefs. For T-Dub and T-Sizzle and myself, if we're talking NFL, not so recent, but yet storied. And you can't take those memories away from us. So Tasha T-Sizzle, you're the lady. You're the beautiful one on the set. You're up first. Fellas, you're in the batter's box. T-Sizzle, give me your most memorable Super Bowl that did not involve the San Francisco 49ers. Unmute yourself.
Oh, yeah, I had to think. That didn't involve the 49ers. To be honest, it was the Seattle Patriots game when not Belichick, when Carroll didn't call that run. That just sticks into my mind for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's definitely a memorable one. She says, speaking gibberish to me about bets and lines, stick around, Shamika. Mike got some prop bets for you to go ahead and get out of Christmas debt, although we know you got more money than the bank allows.
She got baking soda. She got baking soda.
She really does. Every time I see her, she's at some highfalutin restaurant taking a selfie. I'm like, hey, show that menu. What y'all eating up there? You know what I'm saying? T-Dub.
Yes, sir.
You got 6 of them. I know. You probably got another 5 with Coach Don. So you've seen your share of championships. We're going to exclude those. Your most memorable Super Bowl that didn't involve your Steelers.
See, there's 2 factors in this. Actually, 3 factors in this one in my favor that did not include my Steelers, which hurts. And that's Super Bowl 38. Now nobody's going to remember by the number because it doesn't.
Right. I'm like nobody remembers by the number.
The number, but it was the Patriots versus the Carolina Panthers, 32-29. That game, and the reason why I was there.
You saw Janet's titty.
And that was the best. I got a chance to be the best halftime Super Bowl in the history of the world. Because it was then something popped off, and I'm like, what game? We don't care what happened after this game. Who cares who won the game? The world got to see Janet. And I was like, huh? That's it right there. Super Bowl 38 for me. That's the one forever.
Shouts out to Mushin Muhammad and Steve Smith, who put on a show in the second half of that game. But Tom Brady.
Jake Delhomme, baby.
Jake Delhomme was running down, doing the point at the step. That was a memorable Super Bowl. H-Town, right?
H-Town, yep.
H-Town. Mike.
I'm keeping the trend. I'm going to go another Houston Super Bowl. I'm going to go the infamous Eagles or the New England comeback against Atlanta.
My
2017.
Anybody in Georgia.
Yeah, I was down there. I was down there for that.
That was wild.
Tasha, well, you were, and that's a great one, Mike. Tasha, you were in Atlanta for 2 of the most memorable Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah.
Atlanta does deliver when it comes to the Super Bowl, and I think they got 2028, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning, AP Culture. And I'm glad AP Culture is up here because my most memorable both involve the Seattle Seahawks. I think it was the 2013 game. I was with Michigan Mike, actually, watching the Super Bowl when Denver and Seattle was playing. I get the phone call. Carter Paul Culture had entered this world during halftime of that Super Bowl. So only a culture would be born on Super Bowl Sunday. So that was definitely memorable. We all had rounds of shots after that. And my other most memorable, I'm gonna have to agree with Tasha. It was the next year when Seattle went back and played against New England. My good friend and our dear brother Carlos, we were in Vegas for that game, and the Super Bowl in Vegas is an experience that I think everyone should partake in if they can. The pageantry, the culture there is everybody there wears your hometown jersey. So it was just a big trash talking session the whole weekend. Now, Mike. You know me. Well, Tasha does too. Which jersey do you think I wore? Titans or Cowboys?
Oh, I'm gonna go tighten up.
You was right. But the most memorable part of that Super Bowl was watching Carlos and Richard Sherman do it together. He laid a bet money line on Seattle. And when they were marching down the field and old boy caught that juggling pass, and then Marshawn ran it down to the 2. The amount of stuff he was talking to those Patriots fans, Mike.
Yeah.
Y'all know him. He was in their grill. And when he threw that interception,
he's like, man, we got to go. Let's go.
See, TT, you never had the pleasure of meeting Carlos. Just put it this way. If you was ever around that brother for more than 5 minutes, you instantly became family.
Yeah.
And once he got comfortable with you, you was gonna see the full Carlos.
He loved him some Tasha T Sizzle, and I fight back where you just kind of look over like, you all right, man? You all right? And unfortunately, he was not able to see many more Super Bowls after that. He tragically passed away shortly after. So we're gonna rock the Seahawks for him today. Plus, Torrance,
yes,
and me can't wait to see the Seahawks hoist the Lombardi in their ops backyard.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. That's gonna be dope. All right,
we'll start.
Now, Shamika's chiming in. She says the Denver Super Bowl against the Saints when the lights went out.
Tasha likes when the lights go out, right?
Wasn't that Baltimore? Wasn't that Baltimore and San Francisco?
Baltimore and San Francisco.
New Orleans?
Yeah, there's Carlos and Tasha enjoying a round of shots. So wait a minute, Tasha, can you actually root for your op in honor of Carlos? Next question. So, Mike, Mike, we're gonna start with you. Last year, we all remember that the actual halftime show had more of a reaction post game on social media than the actual game itself. Now, it could have been because Philadelphia snatched Kansas City's soul out their chest in the first quarter, and there was really not much to talk about after an ass whooping like that. But the talk about the halftime show lingered on for days, maybe even a week afterward. This year is Bad Bunny. Mike, I'm going to start with you with a true or false. Bad Bunny's halftime show will get more of a visceral reaction than Kendrick Lamar's did last year. True or false?
True.
You know,
I mean, I don't really have anything to back it up. It's more of like what I speculate. I just think there's a lot. I mean, leading up to it, he was wearing a bulletproof vest because he had threats on the Grammys. So mixed with that, he just won, at the Grammys as well. A lot of Latin flavor coming around. I think it's gonna be a great show, to be honest. I'm not saying anything against Kendrick, but I just think Bad Bunny's gonna put on a great performance.
Well, I will. That was a horrible show last year. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. The good part about it was Samuel L. Jackson, but he wasn't cussing. So was that really Samuel T.
That was a great performance last year.
It was all, I don't know. I didn't know.
He was not a Kendrick fan, and that's fine.
Right.
That was a niche show right there for a specific segment. And I guess this one could technically be that. You're frowning your nose up, T-Dub. So you up next. True or false? This halftime show will be more visceral than last year's Kendrick Lamar show.
No, because I think everything is the hype before, the possibility of ICE being there. All this other stuff is before. The show is, the halftime is going to be a letdown because we're going to be talking about what happened. Did any of this stuff happen? The show is going to be great. If you're a Bad Bunny fan, it's going to be great. I'm nothing against him or for him. I don't know. And I probably won't understand 99% of what he's singing, but I will dance about if it catches the groove. Last year, I didn't understand what Kendrick was saying because there's so many subliminal charges in there, but I knew that going in. I had to prepare myself for what Kendrick was going to do. And I'm like, oh, I get it. And that's why the reaction was after, because everybody else who didn't understand had to catch up. And that's what they were explaining, to catch up later.
That was the gist of the fight. And I'm going to step in real quick before we go to Tasha. I was offended that Kendrick fans were saying the show went over my head. It did not go over my head. I'm 6'2". I just didn't like it. Farrah, now I'll give you a kidney if you need one, but it was not amazing. I love it. Tasha?
Yeah, I would put amazing on it.
I just got something to rebuttal to what TT was saying about how you're not going to understand what he's saying. But one thing Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio said, you ain't got to understand it. He just wants you to dance.
It's all about the hips.
He wants you to move. It ain't going to be no Bad Bunny slander. I'm not new to Bad Bunny. I've been listening to Bad Bunny. But when he first got on Cardi B's, I Like It Like That. It was him and J Balvin. And I was like, oh, who are these two dudes? That's when I started listening to them. Now, he had music before them, but, being on I Like It Like That really kind of put both of them out there. So I'm not just because I live down here. I'm very, very excited for this show. I don't know all the lyrics to his songs, but I know the 12 songs that I got in my Apple iTunes stay in rotation. Like I said, this was before he was, the global superstar.
Do you think that the reaction to his halftime show will be more visceral than Kendrick Lamar last year? Because that was visceral.
I mean, I think the reaction is gonna be. How do I explain this? Because it's not like I'm trying to bite my tongue and have safe when I'm talking. It's going to be a sect, and we all know what that sect is. It's always going to have something negative to say. And even when they're interviewing, these NFL players, and they talking about, oh, we didn't know his songs, and then the ignorant motherfuckers is talking about, oh, he ain't American, whatever. You can't get mad at them for having that opinion, because it's a lot of this new trap music. I don't know what the fuck they saying. I don't know these people. but I vibe to it. Just vibe to it. Yeah, go and hit the Michelle Obama on them. You know, I just vibe to it. I think the show is gonna go over well because he gets like, was it 58 million streams, and the next person behind him is so far behind. His music resonates with everybody.
It's a worldwide thing. It's a worldwide thing, and I think that's what America has to understand, especially being the world champion in the NFL, which is true. Nobody else plays football like us. So it's like, in that case, you have to open up the doors. We're trying to go to London. We over here playing in Germany.
That's where I was trying to get to right there.
Go ahead. In the summer, we got the World Cup coming to here too. So like, we gotta open up the doors a little bit.
There was no coincidence that Bad Bunny's performance as the number one artist in the world preceded their announcement that there will be a record 9 international games in 2026.
Right.
So like, we're going, like, the Dallas Cowboys is going to be the first team to go over to Rio de Janeiro, because we're America's team, we the world's team. We everybody's team. Now let's.
That's like they were complaining. You know, it's like everybody's up in arms, but y'all didn't say anything when he was rapping. I put that on my Instagram when he was rapping his line in Shakira's performance. Y'all didn't have a problem with Shakira singing in Spanish when her and J-Lo got up there and did their whole, you know, Latin ensemble.
I'm gonna bring out what Stacey said.
Were they really singing? Because all I was doing was looking at them dance. I don't know if J-Lo or
That's the point, though.
And that's Benito's point.
Stacey made a good point. She was like, I don't see none of these people complaining about these Victoria's Secret models out there, you know, doing their performance, and 90% of them are European, you know. So it's like
right, and good stuff.
And think about the acts that are not American that they've had perform at the halftime show. We all know that all the pushback is driven from hate. That's what it is.
I'm going to go less visceral reaction for Bad Bunny than Kendrick Lamar, because the reaction last year was twofold. There was the segment of the population who didn't want a rapper there just in general, who wanted someone who was not so genre specific. And then culturally in the rap community, there were people who didn't like the show versus the people who said it went over their head.
It should have been Wayne. It should have been a New Orleans.
Yeah, right. It should have been Wayne. There was a hip hop argument about it and a global argument about Kendrick Lamar's performance last year, which it still sucked. AP Culture says Bad Bunny will get more heated reactions, but nobody talks Beyonce shutting down the power grid except for Prince, which AP Culture, great segue. Tasha, your favorite Super Bowl performance of all time?
Mama Culture just said it. Prince.
In the rain, playing Purple Rain in the rain.
Yeah, you can't really top that one. But that's why I had to take mine. If you take Prince and Michael Jackson out, those are my top.
Yeah, I had to remove Michael Jackson.
I would say Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers are probably my next.
Hey, Bruno Mars is another one that could do it again. I think he just got a new album coming out. Torrance. So was the Pasty your favorite halftime show?
Yeah. Listen, it was a young man's fantasy. It was the dream from 6, 7, seeing Janet naked. That's still a dream now. I mean, that's the closest I'm ever get to it. So yes, that's always gonna be my favorite. Now, I don't know who sang. Was that Timberlake and Janet singing too?
Timberlake, Tennessee's in the house.
Oh, okay. Well, I had no idea, but I knew that was mine, and I was live, and so I was good.
He said we're gonna have you naked by the end of this song, and he was not lying. Shouts out to Justin Timberlake. I know he felt the side boob before he ripped that off.
He did. He would act like he did. He knew he was doing it.
The little meaty part got nutrients. Joel Glenn checking in. He says the NFL is a business and Bad Bunny is extremely popular. No one wants to see Garth Brooks. And the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes, and the sun goes on. We're not entertaining no Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks.
I mean, I like Garth Brooks.
We're not tolerating no Garth Brooks land on this show because Garth
ain't
Brooks,
no George Strait, but it is what it is.
But that one idiot that's talking about the younger, they needed somebody to bring in the younger crowd, somebody like Lee Greenwood. Y'all, I wish Bad Bunny would get up there and sing "I'm proud to be an American" and sing that shit all in Spanish. I would love it.
I'm just looking forward to his background dances. Because if you've never been to Mexico,
first of all, Have you not
They're
ever
gonna bring out
seen
Carol G, by the way.
Who's that, Mike?
You
Go
don't know
Google
who
it.
Carol G is?
Go
I do
Google
not.
it.
And Torrance, don't
Go
stop
Google
me.
it with the Grammy
Torrance,
dress
you
too.
know who it is?
Tasha, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna Google this while I ask the next question. Torrance, I'm gonna start with you.
Uh-oh.
So one of the main ingredients of a Super Bowl experience is the food. Now, I remember one time I went to a Super Bowl hosted by the Hossos. They had penalty flags. We had the betting squares, and the food was delicious. It's all about the food. So, Forrest, we're gonna start with you since you company. What is on your perfect Super Bowl party plate?
See, I take the Super Bowl as the Thanksgiving without turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait a minute, y'all doing soul food?
It's Thanksgiving without the turkey. Now you got the wings instead of the turkey. You gotta have the wings on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Man, now every Black experience may have a little mac and cheese. Somebody had to make it. It's got to be grandma's the bake one a little bit in the corner. You know, some dips and some chips of some sort. Maybe some nachos. You know, some queso. Got to throw that in there. You know, you gotta have all that. I mean, but see, it's not about the plate. It's about the rounding of the plate. First, you get the first plate, and you get the first taste of whatever that. Then you go get that next plate to get that second thing that you didn't get on the first plate. So it's a matter of everything. So I call it the Thanksgiving without the turkey in my Super Bowl party. A little bit of everything. So I don't have a special plate. I have a special walk around. Which one I'm gonna get first, and then I'm gonna get second. That's what I'm gonna do. The walk around.
It's about girth and circumference for you as far as the plate.
Exactly.
We have the edges of the paper plate. Y'all use paper plates. Respect the host. Don't have them after drinking all damn night. Use the paper products in these people's houses. Mike, you've hosted Super Bowl parties. You've been to Super Bowl parties. What's on your perfect party plate for Super Bowl Sunday?
It has to start with the queso. If you ain't got a good queso, it ain't working. Like I'm like, bro, you need me to go to the store real quick because I'll go pick something up.
Like, is that code word for your spread is trash? Do you need me to make a store run?
Yeah, like you need me. Oh, you didn't tell me y'all didn't have any queso. I would have brought some. Like, come on, man. Like it has to start with the queso. It has to be a little spicy, but not too spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to make you sweat, but not like, man, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Look, not like in Dumb and Dumber when they put them peppers on that man's hamburger. He was fed up. Paul, what you laughing for? You ain't never seen Dumb and Dumber.
No.
She said, "Look." She said, "Look." She said,
Tasha, that's a lie. I ain't never been so thin.
You finally watched it?
It was finally on TNT. I skipped through the commercials and I made it 45 minutes through. Taurus, what did Farrah have last year? Because I had the flu and she told me I was quarantined and couldn't come.
I will say I'm not going to talk about that because I'm wanting her to start a foundation of this year. I don't care about what happened last year. We're moving on.
Get our house fixed.
You know what I'm saying? She denying the fact that she wants to do this party, and I'm not talking to her about what she did last year because we're not living off last year. We want to move forward, and that roof thing only lasted 6 hours. That only lasted a few hours. We don't read the roof. So, but yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, because I think I went in a coma. So, it was a spread and stuff, and I think everybody brought a little something. I think I even threw some ribs of two different types in that scenario for them and that kind of thing. So
ribs.
See, there you go. Beef and pork. We threw a little bit of both of them in there so you can have your choice.
I'll take the pork only, please.
So,
Mike, you don't eat beef ribs? You're a Texan.
Well, that's where you really test the barbecue by the pork ones, though. Like you said, like, okay, well, let me see if you got it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Mike, you might have been out in them fields with us in your previous life.
And Texas born and raised. Come on now.
Go home, bro. Now, them hustlers can throw down now. Now, the Farrah and Brandy can throw down. Now, Tasha, she always leaves me with some dinner when she goes back home. So I got a little taste of Tasha for about 3-4 days, and she can definitely throw down. She got me to eat some shark, y'all. So we know your food slam, Farrah.
Hey, look, TTC, you don't know this. Mike and I always go in on him because he shops at this certain store. We keep
Walmart. Okay.
We keep telling him he needs to go to the HEB. So we's in the HEB looking for some shrimp that day? Or
yeah, it was
something. And the little lady, I think her name was Esmeralda or Giselda, she gave us was it shark or was it swordfish?
It was swordfish. That's what it was. It was swordfish.
Mm-hmm.
She gave us some free swordfish.
Yeah.
I hooked that swordfish. It was so buttery and light.
Well, y'all, I felt like I was on life. It was soft and supple, like a lady.
I hooked
All right, now
that swordfish up.
now she told me I forgot you wasn't there. That's so disrespectful. Like I'm so memorable that okay, I'm gonna just chill on that. But yeah, I forgot you wasn't there. I was at the other ones though. She said I may have an announcement at 6. Okay, you like the recruit? You gonna put your Super Bowl hat on? Right, I'm giving the black lip. She's gonna be watching Duke versus North
Carolina.
Doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Asha, you're a health nut. What's on your plate? Like celery and asparagus tips and carrots and peas.
You know what? To be honest, guys, I'm not really a Super Bowl food person because I don't like Super Bowl parties. Because if I'm watching a game, I like to watch the game. And a lot of times you go to Super Bowl parties, everybody's talking. And if you go to like a bar, they have music. So I'm really not like the Super Bowl party food type person.
I knew it. That's why we saved you for last, because I thought I remember you saying that.
Especially like if it's my team, you really want to pay attention if it's your team.
I was just gonna say I commend Mike for having a Super Bowl party when his team was in it, because there ain't no party of my team in it. It's me locked in a dark room, like I watched Michigan whoop up on Michael Penix Jr. down in Houston. Speaking of Houston,
that was tough too.
Because I'm ready to throw y'all MFers out. My team get behind. Like y'all got to go. All of y'all got to go.
That was like when we had that housewarming party with Michigan, Penn State, and that was when Saquon was on Penn State, and they beat us like 60-0 or something like that. I'm like, man, y'all got to get out, man.
Y'all got to get out of here. Y'all got to go. So like, I would only host a Super Bowl party if my team is in it. Kudos to all of those who don't. Good morning, Melanie Taylor. Now, this is like, I'm like UAP. She says, I don't know much about Bad Bunny, but if he brings the heat, I'm going to dance. I just want to see his background dances because, like I said, they know how to party over there across that water. They know how to party. Like the music, the festival. I mean, like, it's not a beat that ain't going to make you grind up on something. So
look, I went to the club last night. My friend down here owns this club. And, of course, she plays, regular hip-hop music. But then a few Dominicans came in, so she, changes the music. I know I dance bachata. If you don't know the bachata, it's just like a kind of like a two-step. Mm-hmm. Dominicans dance the bachata off of every song, the same step. I know I danced for 15 minutes with one man doing the bachata.
You in the club doing the same old two-step.
But it's just like you said, it's the rhythm and the way they dance. And the way they dance it's very. I mean, you can dance it with your sister, you can dance with your brother, and it's a sensual dance, but it's not seen as raunchy. It's just a real sensual, like dance.
And it does evoke the endorphins out of you when you're listening to that. Like that was one of the big things that I loved about Cancun that made me go back in such a short time. It was the music. It will put you in a place to where you just kind of, shit, I'm gonna go off my drinking fast. Give me another shot of Patron. Now, AP Coach says Mardi Gras wings and Rotel. I miss Super Bowl parties at my mama's house on the hill. That put that cheese in there and Velveeta, please me. Velveeta, please me. Right. I got somebody agreeing right here. Velveeta, please me. I'm with T. When she's right. Well, I mean, what? Broke clock is what, twice a day? We'll take that. People think I'm crazy when I want to see the game and won't go. Right. I agree with that. Like, my team, when it was them, no, we did have a Super Bowl party. Did I tell y'all that my brother ran out the house at my grandma's Super Bowl party watching the Titans? Now, keep in mind, Tasha, remember, it was 13 degrees that day.
I mean, I was in Atlanta with Ray in the white suit, freezing.
Right. My brother ran outside because he thought Tyson scored. He came back in the house, we all like this. I'm sorry, D.
It's wrong color confetti, fool.
You just saw the life come out of his face. He was like, wait, what? No, sit down. We lost. Anyway, all right. So let's get to the game, Mike. You up first. Who wins?
Man, man, I started out saying Seattle was going to win this easy.
I did too.
And then I started playing it like, you know, kind of how like Madden, what do they call it? Like those CPUs just play, what they say. But I started playing that in my head, and I was like, dang, this might be a closer game, like a field goal type of thing. I still got Seattle winning, and I already put my bet on for Seattle covering 4.5. So that's what I'm going to stick with. But I got Seattle winning.
Is there a lack of confidence in that now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dub. Who wins Super Bowl 60?
See, my hateration for New England it's just all in here, and I'm trying to push that to the side because I don't want them to win another Super Bowl because that means I got to hear that they've got 7 and another team only has 6, and that is not going to happen in my lifetime. Yes, I've already lost the coach after 20 years, and it messed up the groove of how we hire coaches, so I got to deal with that for the next few years. Now you want me to see New England have more Super Bowls than Seattle? Hell no. That's too much a man can take in one off season. No, that's not happening. So, simple. Let's just make it simple. Seattle wins. I don't care if they win by 1 in the last second or 50 in the first quarter. As long as they win, that's all I'm asking for. Because now, even if New England wins, we got to deal with New England for the next 10 years.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So let's push that back a little bit. Let my team, and see, it's always a bias. Let my team rebuild so we can try to get to number 7 when you get to 7. I don't want that. Oh, that's a personal bias. Oh, Seattle by 7.
T-Dub, Mike's daughter would be out of high school before y'all win another Super Bowl.
Hold on.
You gonna take that? You gonna take that, TT?
No, she's gonna be out of high school when y'all get to a Super Bowl in Titanland. But do not talk about when we win one because we're
I don't know about that.
We're going to be okay here. Leave us alone. We're not. This is about Seattle and New England. I talk about Pittsburgh. You move on.
You brought up Pittsburgh.
I said I talk about them because they're here.
He said Pittsburgh was in a better position than the Titans. I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
I'm gonna have to categorically disagree with that.
You got Mike, you got McCarthy over there. Come on, bro.
Different conversation for a different day.
That's 5 years. That's 5 years right there.
Right now.
So caffeine free popcorn.
Let's move on. But what I'm going to say is we're going with Seattle today.
Okay.
That's all we're doing.
Okay. So you rage watching.
Yes.
I'm rage watching because I just want to troll Tasha when Mike McDonald hoists the Lombardi in Levi. That's the only saving grace for me because my team suck. So Tasha, are you rage watching or are you rooting for Vrabel? Or I'm sorry, on McDonald.
Vrabel is the feel-good story, and I would want them to win, but I kind of feel like TT, I don't want them hoes to win. I don't want any one of these hoes to win.
I don't either. To be honest, I don't have a problem with Seattle.
It doesn't matter where Seattle was playing. They could be playing over here at the stadium across the street up in here. They're my conference rival, and I don't want them to win. I don't give a damn where the game is being played. But I just think Seattle has they're more balanced.
And the last time we saw y'all, there was Seattle boots on y'all neck. Like that last time I saw y'all got 6 points. I think the Titans scored 24 against Seattle when we played them. Y'all got y'all 6.
Oh, you okay? But see, y'all motherfuckers won't sit over here and sniggling. You ain't got to giggle. You ain't got to giggle. Y'all do know we split that head to head. Remember before the playoffs, so don't even go there. Don't even go there. And again, we went out there with second and third stringers, but they did look bad.
They did. Just look, I'm just saying. So you she's saying neither.
It's forever. It's forever. And I got this new with tags. You see it? New with tags, baby. You see it?
Because you ain't playing no more. You're in the off season. You can't wear it.
Faithful to the Bay, the faithful.
She got it on sale. You know, season over there, get them on sale. It's like 50-75% off.
That's one of the
She got it on sale, yeah.
To be honest, I bought this one and it was folded up in my drawer because all my stuff is color coordinated, and I thought it was a Buc-ee's t-shirt. And then when I pulled it out, I was like, "Oh damn!"
No, that's the one that went to Somalia the last time y'all was in the Super Bowl. You know, because they said champion on
so
it.
Your shit got mothballs and holes in it, right?
Ooh.
Both of them. That powder blue and that navy blue, both of them.
Robert.
All your shades
drought, Robert.
You crying blue tears.
Robert.
All your teams got the same color and theme.
That way I can only buy one pair of shoes, okay? All right, I'm trying to
consolidate.
I'm trying to
Blues are blue.
Farrah, don't. Like, your parties are too extravagant for you to throw something together in 12 hours. So, like, no, just tell Tiffany. Now, Tiffany, if she want to send some plates up there, they're talking about cooking.
Hey, I don't doubt anything that Farrah and Tiff and Brandy can put together.
That's true. But I'm just saying, you just had your roof done, and you're going to be on TikTok with people arguing. She done put me in a chokehold with that TikTok live. I was on there arguing about LeBron versus MJ the other night, and she done walked me into it. Good job by you, Farrah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mike, before he goes on his summer vacation, is going to leave us with one more lock, which this theme of this week's show will be prop bet. The Super Bowl is all about them prop bets. So, Mike, for those who don't want to bet on the game and want to bet on ancillary parts, what you got for us?
All right, I got a couple of fun ones. Of course, we got the standard spreads and the over-unders, but I'm gonna go couple fun ones. First of all, I got the national anthem. Is it over under 2 minutes? So does it go over 2 minutes?
Is a black person singing it?
No, it's Charlie Puth.
Who?
I'm gonna take the under.
You don't know Charlie Puth?
Yeah, so he's more in the club EDM type, DJ type atmosphere. So his is usually fast. So I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go under because we ain't
the man to be at the Cowboys game playing the trumpet, the little black man. Just get him. He plays it beautifully. Just get him.
They play so sweet, don't you agree, T-Dub? T-Dub, you taking the over under on 2 minute national anthem?
Now I'm a fan of Charlie Puth. And a couple of songs that I heard, yes, you might not know that, but there's a couple of songs that I do like. It's going to be a quick one. It's going to probably be right there at that 2 minute window. So 158 is going to be right under that.
Okay, so, you do. That is your time to shine. Everybody and their mama watching. And that's the one game everybody's on time for. You want to be on time for that one. So, like, that's why I think they drag it out. But
you usually tell at the beginning too, because you're like, if they try to test their vocals, you're like, oh man.
If there's any, Mike, that is a great point. If there's any vibrato in O or say, it's a rap. When they do all that extra, that's what we be doing. Y'all know. A halftime show right after the national anthem. Damn. Good morning. Tasha, you taking over under EDM?
Like I said, I don't know who the guy is, so I'm just gonna say under.
All right, Mike, what you got? Any other one?
Oh, next one. You want me to go more? I got one.
One more.
We got Gatorade Bath. I was originally going yellow because that's usually a favorite. Yeah, exactly. Green, yellow.
How you?
So that was what I was gonna go with. Blue wasn't an option because I guess they don't really have like a good blue to bet on, so I guess it's not going to be that one.
Hey, dude, the blue is one of my favorite flavors.
I know. That's what I said. That's what I was going to put my money because both teams, like that's an easy one, right? But I'm gonna stick with the yellow green.
I'm gonna go orange since there ain't no blue. Tasha,
I'm gonna go with the yellow green too. I don't want no orange.
Are you going with kidney juice too, T-Dub?
I'm already prepared to put mine on them right there. The yellow green. Because none of those teams like orange. None of those teams even have orange in their thing. So Seattle got a green thing, so theirs is going to be that color in some shape or form.
Okay, lime green. Okay, well,
that's that bladder infection urine color.
Right, that's what I was trying to say, Tasha.
When you taking them pills, them Azos, and you got a bladder infection.
Trying to make that call.
But you keep drinking it to push it out, though. See that? Push it out. They come to kind of pushing everything out. Y'all keep it there.
Good morning, Langston Moore. Good morning. PCH playing an alumni association social event, Paul, Tasha.
I ain't coming back for that.
Y'all covering travel expenses?
You're right.
Take the jet real quick.
And flying across the country. So
I'm flying across that water.
Send us the Zoom link, and me and Tasha gonna be right there. We're gonna pull up
about
with
10K for a jet.
Y'all, Mike, I saw a stat. T-Dub, Tasha, I saw a stat that makes me worry about the Seahawks. They said the teams that have been favored by more than 4 points are 1-11 in the last 12 Super Bowls. Just something to think about. As we say, good morning.
Well, you know what?
Hello.
They just got a new pope in there, and every time that happens, Seattle wins. So there you go.
Speaking of Catholics, good morning, Papa Hasso 6-7 going on. Good morning, Martrice Hastings. I'm sure her son will be rooting for the Seahawks. He's a Seahawks fan. He says water. Oh, come on, don't start that Tasha shit. Come on. This ain't the weekend for calorie counting. Pour it out. Somebody do like that. Party.
Water player, water, won't you sprinkle me?
I just came back. Did you answer my question? Rewind the tape. No, don't rewind the tape. I said don't have a party. It's too late. Just you and Brandy just snuggle up in your PJs with the feet in them and drink y'all a shot every time somebody scores, and then throw a a TikTok live right after the game. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna request to come in, and then I'm gonna argue with everybody. Whoever wins, I'm taking the other team's position to fight every algorithm. So
I'm with you. Let's do that.
Meet you after the game on TikTok, Farrah. Don't start throwing together no party. It's gonna stress you out and mess up your Saturday. We're good. We're good. Like I got my TEP group chat, I got the Our Take text chat, and I got TikTok and Twitter. So we're like we Gucci, like I named Lil Tunchi. There's no party having a few friends. That is a party.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Sugar.
So, all right. Next up, NFL honors, y'all. So the NFL Matthew Stafford winning MVP. Congratulations to Jackson Jigma for winning Offensive Player of the Year. Mike, we'll start with you, Torrance. You haven't started first yet. Was Drake May snubbed at the office on Thursday night?
The answer to that, I don't really think so. He did come in second. I think he only won like 2 votes from MVP. You know, and I think it's the same thing. And I could put this at the same thing as the Hall of Fame. It's just he gonna have another chance at another time. That's how they kind of. That's how they kind of put. As long as they're gonna have the last place schedules, he can have a chance. So that's
right,
all.
Because he's not gonna have a last place schedule. That's what I'm saying.
As long as he have a last place schedule another time, he'll be back. So don't even worry about that. But the point is this. Now I don't think it's now for MVP. No, Offensive Player of the Year. I'm happy that who won it because if they'd have gave it to him, then we'd have been sitting there like you gave it the consolation prize because you didn't get the best one, and that's how I felt it would have been. Okay. So did he get snubbed? Nah, he had a great year. He was the second best quarterback in the league. I'm gonna give him that according to stats. And you came in second in MVP. Good year.
Would you, if you were Drake May, would you subscribe to the fact that they spared your feelings of not being a consolation prize of Offensive Player of the Year, or would you feel snubbed?
I'd feel snubbed. Like, okay, well, if I got second, that's what y'all been doing in the past. Like,
right.
that's what we've been doing. Like, all of a sudden, you don't want to give it to me now. Like you either give me 6 or the 7. Like, you just gave me 8. Like, what's up?
Tasha, Mike just gave you 8. Do you agree?
Y'all know I don't like no Stafford. No. Y'all know I don't because
the 49ers is catching L's today, and I'm here for it. So
but this is all. It don't have nothing to do with the 49ers. It's all about them and this damn push to put him into the Hall of Fame, which I don't.
He's there now.
I mean, yeah, like this was it. It was set up by Todd, and if you know this Real Housewives, a scheme set up by Todd.
Mike, me and Mike is like, who's Todd?
I just don't. I look.
You know, Candy. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, we do know Candy.
Like I just don't. I think there were other players who should have been in the running for it and should have won
MVP.
Yeah. But again, you know, it never goes to anybody other than the quarterback.
If you say Lamar Jackson, I'm gonna log you out.
No, I don't. Oh no, Lamar had a bad season this year. I don't think he should have won. Again, no one ever even mentioned Jonathan Taylor. I really thought Jonathan Taylor was good this year.
He had a great season. He was undone by the quarterback position, kind of like Derrick Henry in the past. Do you think that so do you have an issue with him not getting Offensive Player of the Year either? Drake May?
I mean, because all of us were pretty much like the MVP was going to go to Stafford, and Drake May would probably be That's what we said. But we all kind of said JSN was having, but I said I couldn't vote for him because of where he went.
Right. Texas boy, Texas sweet.
Now what y'all know about them Texas boys coming down? Oh, sorry.
Just put his hooks in you.
I don't think he was necessarily snubbed. I'm kind of, I think they probably looked at what TT said. He did have an easy schedule, but they still beat the teams to get where they needed to be. Easy schedule or not. So maybe that was the reason why he had such good numbers. But if some of them games, that offense wasn't offensive.
And especially in the playoffs, but it is a regular.
Yeah, it's a regular season. But even during regular season, some of them the offense wasn't offensive.
It's not, because the thing is, I wanted to do a dive and see exactly what the history looks like for a quarterback winning the Offensive Player of the Year. And the last quarterback to do so was in 2018. T-Dub, did you know that Patrick Mahomes won MVP and Offensive Player of the Year in 2018?
I did.
Damn. How you
Name somebody who 2018. Name somebody else who did anything. You couldn't even remember who was in second. You could not even imagine anybody was better than him in that scenario in that year.
Right. Now whoever got those squirrels hunching in the background. Okay. All right. I don't know. Maybe me. I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to mute and ask questions. So we will push forward. The other two quarterbacks, just for the record, who won Offensive Player of the Year in recent memory: Drew Brees, Tom Brady. So there you have it. Now, the NFL Hall of Fame inductees were announced as well. Congratulations to Roger Craig, your 49er. We're going to well deserving. That man was way ahead of his time. Also, congratulations to Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, and Adam Vinatieri. Now, last week we talked about Belichick being excluded as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Kraft's name was added to that list a few days ago as a omission. And Vinatieri, while he played for the Patriots, he got in on the second year of eligibility, not the first. Tasha, should Tom start being worried about the Patriots' backlash?
They ain't gonna keep Tom out.
I mean, as a first ballot.
Yeah, it's no way. If they did that, the Hall of Fame would cease to exist. Simply because he's doing all the tap dancing that he needs to do. He's out here in the media. He stole somebody's job to get that #1 spot on Fox. He's hobnobbing. He's rubbing elbows. And then it would be, it's like, okay, we holding all these Patriots out, but we're going to put Tom in on the first ballot as if Tom was the reason, which he is.
The GOAT? Go ahead and say it. Finish that sentence.
Oh, no. Jerry Rice. He's not the GOAT. Tom is a big reason as to why the Patriots did have that success. But someone pointed this out. You just can't say, oh, Bill Belichick, was only good because he had Tom Brady. Didn't he go to the Super Bowl with or he was coaching another? Who was he coaching before?
The Giants. He was the defensive coordinator when they won it.
I mean, he's won. He wasn't the head coach. He won with the Giants.
But who can't win with Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady?
And then somebody else pointed out, look at all these other first ballots and look at the All-Stars and the Hall of Fame quarterbacks that they had. They were talking about how Shula had 2 or 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. They keep Chuck Noll. I don't remember. I mean, we wasn't watching when Chuck Noll was coaching,
Joe Gilliam was the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Jefferson Street Joe, but they were talking about all of those coaches that went in on the first ballot and look at the talent. So tell us the truth. Are y'all mad because he didn't like the media, or y'all trying to put it all on the cheating scandal? Because
which one is it?
Which one is it?
Just be transparent.
Because you can't say, oh, it's because he played with this Hall of Fame quarterback. Well, so did a lot of other people. And then we bring it over to Kraft. Is Kraft getting the same penalty that they're saying about the cheating? Is off the field stuff is not supposed to play Well, that was kind of on the field, but
right. Stealing signs is on the field.
Stealing signs is on the field. I mean, are they holding on against the fact that Crafty was down there getting tugged on? But hell, the last time I checked, old Gerald Jones had some indiscretions as well.
Ray Lewis, we still ain't found the white suit.
Ray Lewis stabbed some folks.
Speaking of stab, Michael Irvin stabbed a teammate with a pair of shears.
In the barber chair.
In the neck. He stabbed him in the neck, y'all. Didn't even get prosecuted. Like, the Cowboys were out of pocket.
The reason he didn't get prosecuted, we all watched that, and I think Michael Irvin came back later on. He didn't say it on that Netflix, but he said the guy told him, I'm sparing you, he said, because of your children, but you didn't think of me and my children, my family, when you did that to me.
Nor when he was climbing out the hotel window with the crack and the prostitute. That's neither here nor there. We're not going to relitigate because he showed up in a July court hearing in Texas with a fur coat on. If that didn't tell you the man was...
Well, no, he said the reason why he did that.
I heard him say that, but we all know he was cooked up. Torrance.
Yes, sir.
Would he be worried?
No. They're not going to do that to Brady. Now, if they do, since all this thing is about how they kind of switch things up now, we looked at who just got in, and as you said, congratulations to Roger Craig. Yeah. And the reason they said that Belichick and what's his name, Kraft didn't get in because they had this new change in voting. But you're going to tell me that L.C. Greenwood or whoever else was on that list, nobody else also got in there, only Roger Craig in that one. So if you didn't vote for those people, Craig was the only one you voted for to get in on that ballot. So that's kind of a crazy scenario. But what that's got to do with Brady. So if Brady gets in the first ballot, then why didn't your boy Eli Manning get first ballot? Didn't he beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl?
What we're not going to do today, whoa. What we're not going to do today is to even put Eli Manning in the same stratosphere as Tom Brady.
I think what the setup is simply, and I'm on a side note, the reason Manny ain't get in, they gonna bring him in here with Roethlisberger next year because they was trying to get that whole draft in there at the same time, and Rivers messed it up by coming back last year because they was gonna get all three at the same time in there.
The lovable losers, the big well, Eli wasn't a loser, but the Pittsburgh question is this true?
Yes,
he was.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Langston, I'm gonna high five you because I thought that was a troll.
No, he absolutely was. It was the defense. It was the Steelers defense that won those Super Bowls.
And how do you explain Lynn Swann and John Stallworth?
But you think about Lynn Swann was Jerry Rice before Jerry Rice.
Mike, how Jerry Rice make every show?
Same way Michigan does.
Touche.
He the GOAT, baby. He the GOAT.
Swann and Stallworth.
Touche, Mike. Touche.
Swann and Stallworth was Hall of Fame wide receivers because in that time, all you had to do was be above average as a wide receiver at that time because nobody threw the ball. So and you only knew them as spectacular. When you look at Swann and Stallworth, you think of Swann in that Super Bowl against Cowboys or Stallworth against the Rams
in the Super Bowl.
But you don't think of Swann and Stallworth outside of those big Super Bowl stuff at all.
And the Houston Oilers used to be on that ass.
Hold on.
Y'all, that was a bad call. That was an interception.
Watch that. He was out of bounds. It was not an interception.
Earl Campbell was robbed of a
This is 30 years and 40 years ago. It's over. He was out of bounds and there was no replay. Let's move on.
Renfro caught that.
He did. He caught it out of bounds.
Debo caught that ball too. And Calvin Johnson didn't fumble.
And Calvin Johnson did not fumble. If Terry Bradshaw was the first ballot Hall of Famer with all the Steelers help, why wouldn't Brady? Because it's not on the field related. Neither was it for Belichick or Kraft. It's not about their accolades or that. It's something ancillary to that. That was the whole.
But like we keep asking the question, Brady benefited from that. So are you going to put that on him as well? Well, the only reason why he was great is because, they cheated a couple of times. And, the fucking tuck rule gave him time to clear the lane for Hall of Famer Vinatieri to kick that field goal.
Charles Woodson, I just want to give you a quick shout out. That was a master class on disguising a blitz. Right? A master class on disguise.
I'm just glad he ended up getting the ring. Imagine if he didn't get one with Green Bay.
Because God don't like ugly. God brought it on back around, and he won it right here in Arlington.
Excuse me. I'm not happy about him getting that ring. Let's move on from that too. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Oh,
I'm sorry.
These organic strays.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Right, black and yellow. Good morning, Miss Hastings.
I mean,
Good
I wasn't
morning.
either, TT, because you know I was rooting for Coach ABOB.
There you go.
Okay. All right. I'm not like Mike. You saw me catch myself, didn't you?
You're like, how much time we got? We got 4 minutes. Okay.
Langston. We're not litigating that Tom Brady isn't deserving of a first ballot. We're all in agreement that he is, but we're saying so was Belichick and so was Kraft. But they were left out for
But to Tasha's point, Brady's doing everything that they're wanting from him, which is being in the media still and carrying the NFL past that point. Imagine if he just dipped out like Jordan. Like that's a whole.
You mean like jaundice? Like MJ, my jaundice?
You ain't gotta say that every time, bro.
Like Golden Corral eyes.
It ain't gonna be no Jordan slander.
We can talk about how LeBron's still crying on the court somewhere. So you know what I'm saying?
You got to be on the court to cry on the court. Only a king can do this thing at 57 years old. The man was 137 years old when they fought. All right,
dude's 45 years old, still crying, bro. Stop.
You love them Luka tears though. When he lay around there like a fish to just
he's learning from LeBron. I'm like, bro, grow some balls, man.
Every time you touch him, he's on the ground.
I mean, but at least Luka moving up and down the court, and that's all I'm grateful for. He ain't fat and out of shape no more.
And you're gonna apologize to Zion, who's played 28 games in a row, and he's slim and fit, and he's out of those porn star DMs, and he's
still walking like Frankenstein though.
They were not getting in before Brady. Per Brady, I'm sure. Farrah, yeah, I think there's a legit possibility. No, because if he's an ambassador for the league and he's calling games, that's what got Kurt Warner pushed up to the front of the line and Terrell Davis. They weren't first ballot Hall of Famers to me. They had a small window of a championship run, and then they start getting their mouth toe out by NFC teams.
So get what?
They mouth toe out by no, Jody. No, we ain't doing that today. What is Paul wearing? Justin, go back to the beginning of the show. I know this. I know I look bad in this Seattle blue and green. I know. But go back to the beginning of the show.
I just tell him, Justin, is to pay homage to our friend Carlos, who is no longer with us. And he was a big time Seattle Sea bitch fan. Sorry, Carlos, I had to get that.
No, that's very disrespectful, and we're not gonna play with the dead like that because I'm gonna get him to come haunt your ass. You know, I'm gonna get him to unplug all the equipment in your gym. How about that? Yes, and just as a nice bow on this conversation, all of the pallbearers at his funeral wore Seahawks gear, and this was the gear from that day, so I just saved it. I break it out only on occasions where the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, so you won't ever see this again. Hell, it ain't trying if you ain't cheating. Let Bill Kraft in. When did you become such a non-moralist? Normally, you're the man of integrity. You're TD without the Jakes.
I mean, they said back in the 70s they would have, metal shards in their hands and tape it up. And...
Here come.
So, did you see Mike's face light up when he started talking about having illegal objects on the field?
He's like joy on the face was like, wow. But the truth is,
what is that Nicholson say? Johnny.
The truth is, it's not cheating until you get caught. Because everybody was doing it, only one team got caught doing it. That's all it was.
SEC on line one.
Right. Watch out there. So hold up. We gonna have no SEC slander over here. So
it's true.
It was not against the rules until you made the rules. So, so remember that. You can't. I don't know why
it was the Hall of
Fame. I don't know why
they had the death penalty in the 80s.
That was the Southwest Conference. That's a different conference, not the Southeast or Southwest. We don't do that.
A&M was worth every dollar.
CTE Dickerson, because that's what he's claiming now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
You weren't claiming that when you was riding around that Trans Am, had that Jerry curb with them goggles on. When you was
the Trans A&M. We know. Look. Come on, man. Y'all got the death penalty. Well, foot in mouth. No foot in mouth. If anything ever happens to me, will you wear a KC jersey for? I ain't worried about no one else but T. Why you worried about them? They ain't won a Super Bowl in 40 years. You ain't drove in 40 years. Where you going? Wait, why are you worried about
yard, boy? If you must know,
okay.
Mr. Wilkinson needs to go pick up the new superintendent.
He ain't working, boss. No.
This Myrtle can use some tendon.
It's hard to lose its effervescence. Justin, I'm not gonna let you disrespect Michael Hasso because the last time we saw the Super Bowl, Mike's team was dragging your team like a pimp with a prostitute down to some hotel steps.
Destroyed that dynasty.
That's what you
did. What kind of hotel is you going in to
Hold on.
Want to pull up to the door?
Tasha, you weren't supposed to ask that follow-up question, Tasha. You weren't supposed
to ask right. Thank you, Mike. Mike, that wasn't for a follow-up question.
Was that a pimp of Lawrence Phillips at Nebraska? I'm just asking the question.
That was so wrong. It was right. That was
my
so
fault.
Right.
My fault. I'm sorry.
What was the coach name?
Was that Osborne at the time?
Osborne, you need to be locked up too. Because right then, y'all should have locked his ass up.
Because I knew he was beating on that girl. But he wanted to win.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, shouts out to Brian, more 769. I just came across this show. You all are wild. T-Sizzle has me rolling. But TD without the Jakes is crazy work. Hey, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, hit that subscribe. We get the notifications because she's crazy every week. She's being tamed today.
She is.
That's because I didn't go to bed till 5 o'clock.
Why were you up?
I was in Shake Junt throwing dollars.
Exactly, Brian. So we actually did a show one time, and she checked in live from a brothel where we saw streetwalkers in the background while she's giving.
It was a whorehouse. Going to say what it was. It was a whorehouse.
Bro, he ain't even stepped off the porch yet. Can we just ease him into your shenanigans?
He said, "Hold on, let me go to the secret corner."
Right, like damn, I said a brothel. Okay, he may have had to Google that. Everybody know where some hoes are. Hey, Brian Southall in the house. Pasha, you got you a nice little following today. Hey, thank you.
That's my little brother, guys.
Right, they were dancing on them tables. Martrice remembers that show. You were out of pocket that day. We tried to have a serious, interview with a high school recruit. She getting her hair braided by some Africans.
I got my hair locked up on live TV.
It's a lot going on with her. So make sure you click in just for her shenanigans because it gets worse in the summertime when we run out of football topics. Oh God, those conversations get wild. Speaking of wild, it was a wild day for Grizzlies fans. And we're gonna close with this. So the trade deadline came and went, and my Ja Morant, my Demetrius Tremel Morant, I think that's how you say his name. Jamel. He's still with the Grizzlies. Mike sat on the phone with me as a real friend as I watched the trade deadline expire in real time. I was ready to throw my jersey in the trash. It's still in the closet for how long, Tasha? Let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, Tasha, and before I ask you this, I want to set the stage for everybody. Ja Morant, who was offensive rookie of the year. He was rookie of the year. He was second team All-NBA in 2022, ahead of Steph Curry, only behind Luka Doncic. He's the most streamed and downloaded player in the NBA since being drafted. He was a big-time superstar, and they couldn't give him away. He couldn't give away. Oh, I almost said something real crazy. They couldn't give him away by all reports. Torrance, I'm going to come to you first because these two are really cruel when it comes to Ja Morant conversations. So let's start with you. Scale of 1 to 10, your confidence that this embarrassing moment of no one picking you up like Will Smith and his daddy in that episode, will this be the one, your confidence level, that this will be the thing that actually wakes him up and gets his career back on track? Scale of 1 to 10, Torrance.
First, I'm not ready to give up my Ja Morant Kool-Aid that I got right here in the box right there that I sport every now and then. That's number one.
Jaws go hard, don't they?
They do go hard. That's number one. Number two, the answer to your question is twofold. The answer is no, this is not the thing that's going to change him. This is not it. But what's going to change him is now how the NBA is going to look at him, because now he has nobody around him, and all of a sudden he's going to start scoring. He's going to get healthy and start scoring 30 points a game again, and that's going to flip. This is his Kobe, Minnesota moment. This is what this is for him. All of a sudden we saw him one way, we're going to see him another way. Now, in this moment, he better move his daddy back to South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina in the space. Move your daddy. Move your daddy back to South Carolina, and then you become the man you're supposed to be with you and your family. Because this that wake up call you talking about, I don't care about he got traded. If he'd have got traded, then he'd have had that same thing that he has now, thinking, "Oh, I'm untouchable." Yeah, I get the moment that this is the moment, but now you got what around you? What's your talent around you after you traded everybody? Now you're going to score 30 points a game. People are going to start looking, oh, I can get 30 points a game. This dude is only 28. You know, that's
who's counting?
In 2 years. I'm talking 2 years.
For 3 decades.
No, I'm talking about in 2 years when his contract is up. I'm not talking about in 2 years. He's scoring 30 points a game, and he's changed. Nobody's heard any problem with him. It's going to be fine for the dude. So I'm confident that this moment is not the moment, but I'm confident he's going to move forward and it's going to change. It always does.
Thank you, sir. And Brian, your sister off the chain. We love her. He says, they ain't go. Let Ja go nowhere, and too much money invested. Mike, he's owed $78 million over the last 2 years of his contract. Scale of 1 to 10, your confidence level that this embarrassing moment of nobody wanting to take on your contract at the trade deadline will shake him up and restart his career.
No, I would agree. I don't think this is the moment. I think it's wherever he gets moved to. It's kind of like when you go on vacation, like everything's paid for, like it don't really hit you until you like land in Cancun. You're like, oh, okay, I'm here. Like, let's start. Until he gets to that new place, then he's like, oh man, I'm in Toronto or wherever he's going. Like he's like, oh, dang, for real, like nobody really wanted me. Like that's when it's gonna hit him. But man, he come a long way, man. We've been talking about him for how many years now? So it's like Tasha's been trying to tell him too. Like, bro,
yes, that's why I want to take her
play around. This is a politics game. You don't play the politics, they're gonna so
Tasha, like everybody knows, since the second gun incident, we're really the first gun incident, and our shock and appalled at the second gun incident in such short order. And how you've given him plenty of auntie advice. You've been very vocal about the role that his father plays in all of this, who is now his representation. Jesus, like how many missteps can you take? I will close on that aspect of it. But first, Tasha, scale of 1 to 10, your confidence level that this will be the thing that gets him back, because this has got to be embarrassing.
Like Cleo McDowell told Daryl, the girl's not interested in you. Can't you get that through your greasy skull?
Mute yourself. That's all we needed from you. Now, this ain't gonna happen, Martrice. She says, Daddy definitely needs to go. I'm holding on to a slither of hope if he does. Damn it, Ja. Me and Martrice are right here, lockstep. Here's the problem, and Torrance and Mike and Tasha, you all understand this because you all are avid sports savants. I'm not gonna call y'all just fans. Y'all understand the game. When you are your own agent, and if your daddy's your agent, you your own agent. When you are your own agent, the role of an agent, more so than just taking a commission off your contract, is to be the buffer between you and the organization, so that you can focus on the court, they can focus on business. When your daddy and uncle and bodyguard and cousin and them are walking into General Manager Zach Kleiman's office to talk business, and they say things about your son that you do not like, you are adding to the problem because you're coming from a place of emotion. Okay, you're being emotional because you're talking about my child. Now, we saw T was going to fight grandmama. What's his name? Shannon Sharp. We saw they was going to square up in Los Angeles. Like, we know that he will get at it with fans. People have given him the moniker of a fanboy more than a father. I think some of that is unfair because the mama don't get no smoke and she be in the mall fighting kids and shit. So, like, it was always about the daddy. But that's another story for another day.
But wait a minute. Let me interject. I'm going to put this in there. One Felicia Jones. Do y'all know who Felicia Jones is?
Bye, Felicia.
She is the mother of Lamar Jackson, who is his representation and his agent. You don't hear shit out of her.
Here's the difference between the two. And
she don't want to be seen. She
no. Not even that.
Out in Gucci, sitting on the sideline, getting the arguing with folks.
I like where you're going with this, but for a different reason. The reason why you don't hear anything from her because he was going to be a max player regardless because of his on the field play. Ja Morant, when he fired Mike Miller as his agent, he's thinking going into the season, I'm a max player.
But Ja could have been that. But the main again, the difference. You don't hear shit about Lamar off the field. Ja brought that shit on himself.
That's not debatable.
My sympathy train for Ja is gone. I'm
well,
done.
Obviously the Grizzlies as well, but I'm not debating that. I agree with you 1,000% there. But I'm saying the difference is that he miscalculated because he thought he wouldn't need an agent because they would always just give him the max extension. You know,
but you can't always get the max extension when you acting a fucking fool. No one wants that. We're
saying the same thing. I'm agreeing with you there. I'm saying that's the difference between T. Morant and between Lamar Jackson's mother is that T. Morant now has to go into, Lamar Jackson has to go into these negotiations and hear blowback. We're not paying your son this because of off the field, because 79 games in 3 years, because you quit on your team on Halloween night against Torrance's Lakers, because you do this, and all of the things we didn't see make the public. When you're saying that to a daddy who's a fanboy, it's going to inflame the situation and not help it. If you have a legitimate agency representing you, there's a buffer there where they absorb some of that and they give you the bits.
The daddy is to me, he's just very immature, and
that's not even debatable either.
I don't think he needs to be in a business setting when it comes down to that particular money, that amount of money. And your son has already derailed his own career.
For sure. And I think the thing that would actually break him would be Nike dropping the contract, because right now he has the #1 selling shoe in the world. And
fat ass lost his contract with Jordan.
Dang.
Well, Jordan is cheap.
No, it ain't got nothing.
You saw Derek Jeter had to go back and tip that girl in Vegas because he left her a $5 chip.
Jordan ain't gonna pay for lack of
man cheap. That man still wear boot cut jeans.
Jared Goff even wears Jordans. Come on now. So
Mama said a change is gonna come is not his song. We're gonna close on that, y'all. So touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, Paul ain't gonna have that jersey on past the summer. Amen. Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
You know, my shout out is going to our girl Tiffany Rowe, or some of you may know her as Johnson. She lost her father on Wednesday. He had a few complications, and I think the funeral may be next weekend. And a small Black history fact: he was the very first Black fire chief in Chattanooga, and his name that's Mr. Wendell. So I am thinking the funeral is going to be next Friday. You know, Tiffany's in Houston. She has to, get back to Tennessee so they can get everything done for her father. So yes, that's my shout out. Is to our girl Tiffany, who doesn't watch live. She does go back and watch it because she'll send me some jokes every now and then about something that we have said. So praying for her family, her sister Terry, her son, who I call Weesey, little Steve. And she has 2 other siblings, step siblings by her father. So just prayers up to that whole family.
Prayers up for Tiffany and her family, and for everyone who's endured loss recently, including Martrice and her family. We want to reiterate that. Damon, we need to talk, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Damon, you're a Steelers fan. You need to be chiming in, because now TT's a Steelers fan too, right there in the bottom corner. So I'll be coming for you.
All I'm saying is Coach SpongeBob shoes. Everything turned out the way I said it was. I had told no faux lies. Mike, did I lie?
Of his own validity. The organization didn't even want the main to go.
That's a lie. You ain't never been so thin. Mike, did I not call this?
Yep.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
I got 2 shout outs. One for my dad. His birthday is the 9th. So happy birthday.
Right, Papa
And
Hasso in the
then
house.
the second one, my Uncle Jerry finally got his kidney transplant after 13 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know how that healthcare stuff. He was too healthy, so he kept getting pushed down, but he finally got one. So.
And then running away from Tom all them years.
When it comes to good people,
he will be doing some running. You're right.
When it comes to good people, Uncle Jerry, as I call him, they don't get no better than that. I am extremely happy for him and his wife and his lovely family. They are good people, and it's good to see the righteousness never forsaken. I'm not going to do it. But I'm very excited. I saw that news yesterday, and it warmed my heart because he's one of those people in life that you would generally root for. Just a good, pleasant spirit. His wife, I love her energy. I always tell her that when I see her. As the congratulations. Yes, and my shout out was going to be to Martrice Hastings and her father. Can we zoom off the Olympics for just a second?
I'm sorry, I was watching my speed.
Right, as we keep Papa Hastings.
I didn't want to put that out there, Trees, because I didn't know what would have been said.
So, like, as we come on Saturday mornings and we laugh and we joke and we talk sports and we kind of banter each other, we are all human beings with families and lives and sicknesses and things that people go through and just life stuff. The older we get, the more these topics will unfortunately come up. That's just how life goes until we're all got them cornrows in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike, my cornrow is gonna be down here. I'm gonna be a braided up pimp. That's all I want for it. I just want some cornrows.
Oh, it'll still grow Jerry Rice?
He said, I'm gonna get a new body. I'm gonna get a new body. Happy birthday and great health for your loved ones. Yes. I want to give T-Dub a shout out for jumping on and catching these hands.
Come next time when we in college football season. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want no parts of that. That's the one thing you ain't ready.
I do. Because South Carolina, I thought they went back down to SMU territory. I didn't even know they were part of the SEC still. I didn't know.
Listen, it's only because we can't afford to pay people to.
Now you can't afford stuff. Okay.
To pay other
Need
teams
some money.
to
Let me know.
make sure that they play. We don't pay for national championships. We just play. There's a difference in our two. You know what I'm saying? SEC.
I didn't know you needed donations. That's my bad.
But we do. We do donations. We're not paying off old coaches. Our coaches are not in jail, and we did not videotape other teams to win national championships. We just play the SEC. That's all we do. So, but we're gonna talk about that in the football season. I want to shout out to y'all for letting me come on, for letting me be part of. I'm a shout out to Farrah because she let my contract that I could go into other shows. She tried to hold me down.
Like, she's still watching. She's like, y'all ran over. She's like,
so I'm gonna hold on to Farrah because I'm about to get cursed out.
You're right.
And I'm gonna shout out to some family members. We lost one of the family member, Beverly Clyburn. Y'all may not know who she is, but you know the name Clyburn if you ever heard of the senator governor from South Carolina. His sister-in-law, their family with me, and we lost her this week. And the funeral was actually today. So I want to shout them out. And if y'all watching, I hope y'all ain't watching. Y'all at the funeral. If y'all watching, then I'm very privileged. But I'm gonna take privilege in the funeral. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we do. We laugh in the middle of that because we're there. And shout out to y'all for letting me come on. And so, and listen to me talking. And Mike, love you, man. Me and you we got some things we're gonna go through.
Right.
And I love that about
you
that.
have to take some sabbaticals off your summer vacation because you got me smoke. Mike is always fighting with people. And then Mike
all his life he had to fight.
Right. Then he get me and Tasha fighting, and then we see him just watching the comments after we doing paragraphs of fighting, and then he's sitting there like, well, I can just doom scroll because I did all my work today and listen to Tasha and Mike fight. And usually that's how that goes down. So thank y'all. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. Prayers out to everybody. Tiffany, Martrice, AP Culture, to your family and friends. Farrah, everybody. Mike, Tasha, get us up out of here.
Go Blue.
I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm tired, y'all.
She said, go Blue, go to bed. Your ass too old to be going to bed at noon. Damn. Yeah.
He done zap him out of here. Get on, get.
What's that like? Go on, get.
Go on and get. Go on and get.